We're back. It's Monday. It's MLS. Baz.
It
Ped.
is.
Results show. Let's kick off, Ped. We'll do all the news in a different video. Not that much has happened in the last week that has caused any.
There's something happening, isn't there? I mean, I can't really think of anything on top of my head. But
No, but we'll find something to talk about, I'm quite sure. Let's begin with the first game of the weekend. Sporting Kansas City, your side.
Yes.
Hosting bottom place Houston Dynamo. We've had a little bit, since Owen Coyle moved on, had a little bit of an upturn. But still
bottom.
Still bottom. And
Very,
this one,
very bottom as well.
very bottom. But you know, this game showed that since they have made the change, they have got that resilience.
Biggest rivalry this though, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is the rivalry.
This is the rivalry.
Yeah.
It all started well for Sporting Kansas City.
Yeah.
Peterson putting SKC ahead on 14 minutes, bundling in from close range, and then Espinoza,
But brilliant.
former Wigan,
Brilliant.
left back.
Fantastic finish by Espinosa. Top bin.
Top bin.
Absolutely sailing. And then the wheels fell off.
Well, it could have been more, couldn't it? And it looked as though Houston were, we're just going to get ground down. Because SKC lately have been absolutely fantastic at home.
The game was at the wrong time.
Wrong time.
Wrong time. Friday night. It's got to be at Sunday afternoons. That's where the points come.
But it have made as much difference given that the local rivals and they're quite used to it.
That's when
that white kit.
That's when Sporting are at their best.
At their most
Sunday
dangerous.
afternoons, boiling hot weather.
95 plus.
Yeah. Although Houston probably would have been able to cope with the weather.
That's what I was going to say, yeah. Minotas got one back just before, on the half hour mark, and then went in 2-1 up.
Yeah.
Came back out, then equalised with another
scruffy
goal again, before our very own Dom Dwyer
Very own.
lashed home from close range after he'd
with
gone
his
close.
Baby celebration.
Yeah, he was looking for. He wanted the ball, didn't he?
With the ball.
The ball under the shirt. Under the shirt. It was
Yeah.
the longest time ever to get the
I know.
ball to him. But and it looked as though they'd done enough, edging into injury time.
But when you've been 2-0 up and then go 2-2 and then you score again with 10 minutes to go, you think, shut up shop. But Baz has supporters of a certain team that we've watched this happen a few times. They couldn't quite do that, and a free kick effectively ended up being the last touch of the game. And how unlucky is that? The keeper makes a save. Now I don't think it's a strong enough save in the first place. I think because I think it was the header. I don't even know if it was a header. It might have been him on the back.
It's like edge of the box though.
But he turned his head, he turned his back, and I don't know if it's hit him on the head or on the back, and it's hit the back. And I don't even know how he's being credited with this goal because it's not his goal. It's not. The keeper makes a save, tips it onto the bar, then hits him on the back. It's an own goal by the goalkeeper. Shouldn't even be given any credit to the Houston player. It's an own goal.
Rodriguez it was.
It was an own goal.
Garcia.
Sort it out, MLS. It's an own goal. That is not his goal, and he should not be taking credit for that because that is not his goal.
The keeper, I'm quite sure the goalie doesn't want to claim it.
I know, but he got 2 touches on it.
Obviously that tied it up at 3-3 on the night. The Sporting Kansas City, they are just tucked nicely in there, 39 points from their 20.
But we were saying this, it's momentum, isn't it? And I don't know if they've got the momentum going with them.
They built it though, hadn't they? They had built that momentum.
I know, but it's momentum going into the playoffs. I mean,
well, there's five. I mean, five.
Fifth position now. In fifth position, and they should just about hold on to the playoff position. But it's who they play. Look at the teams ahead of them.
That's the problem, isn't it? Who you're going to get in the draw. But essentially, they're in 39, which is the 5 ahead Vancouver Whitecaps for that position. Houston Dynamo down there, 26 points, looking as though it's going to be difficult for them to get off the bottom of the table.
But like you said, they are having a bit of an upsurge, and that helps in this position. Plan for next season.
So it ended 3-3. It was some fantastic goals in that game.
Bad commentating, good game. Bad commentating. I can't have someone speaking English and saying goal for that long. Sorry, it doesn't work. It does not work. Sorry, it doesn't.
I'm not going to disagree with you. But it was, Anyway, it ended 3-3. It was a cracking game. That was the first of the weekend. We move on to Columbus Crew against Vancouver Whitecaps. Columbus Crew, I honestly don't know what's gone on this season. I don't know. They were so strong last season, of course. Got to MLS Cup final, were beaten by Portland.
I know what
on that occasion. Well,
and we spoke about it last week.
Yeah, we did.
And I think if you want to know, go back and watch last week. They messed things up when they got rid of Kai Kamara. I've said this before. It's stupidity. It doesn't matter about you. I don't care. You keep you. I don't care if those two players don't like each other.
Do you know when I think about the Kamara thing, and I think, listen, it happened, and you know he put himself and the club probably in a difficult position with that interview after the game, but he was such an important part of what they were. Exactly. They played a certain way. They got runners by them. Defensively, I think as well, off set pieces, he was so good for them. And you look at Ola Kamara, who was coming this season. He scored a lot of goals this season. He scored another, almost a Karate Kid style goal to put Columbus Crew ahead after 10-11 minutes. You imagine him up there with Kai Kamara, with Finley, Higuain, Meram running off them. You know, you wonder where he would have been with them. But it just, whatever's happened, it's happened.
It's not, whatever's happened for me is not big enough to a player to leave the club. I'm sorry, it's not. And it's unsettled everyone. And as you've just said, he scored a lot of goals. He also helped set, and it helped the way he played.
Yeah, he's a focal point.
He was a focal point, and they've lost that now, and they've lost the way, and the bottom of the East, and it's their own fault for making rash judgments. They should let everyone settle down. Said to him, have a week off, get your head sorted, come back, and we'll start afresh. But it was just like bang, 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 sold, and it was done dead quick, and it was just like, no, someone at the club should have just settled things down and got it sorted, but they didn't, and they're paying the price for now.
Because I mean, Ola Kamara, for all his goals, he's not a target man, he's a runner, and so they've lost that focal point. Vancouver got themselves back in. It was a double deflection for an own goal, a couple of minutes after going behind, a cross deflect. Then
so this one is a own goal, but the one...
No, but it wasn't on target, it was a cross. And it's been credited as an own goal, rightly so as well, from Sauro, I think it was. Stayed that way, 15 minutes to go, Vancouver got back in front, Andrew Jacobson from the edge of the box, it was a cracker, 25-yarder right into the corner, Steve Clark's net. And then Hurtado made it 3-1 from close range after Clark had made a brilliant save from him at the first time of asking. And you know, for Columbus Crew, you've just rightly said, they've beaten 3-1 at home here. You know, sitting at the bottom of the Eastern Conference there, 26 points, you know, a massive 8 points behind Orlando City at this stage in the season.
But on the flip side, Vancouver have given themselves a chance now, haven't they? They're 4 points behind Portland, 5 points behind Sporting Kansas. They're the ones you can only see them catching. But they have given themselves a chance of getting into the playoffs. But to be fair, it has been a bit of a step back season for them. Last season, obviously, they pushed on into the playoffs, and everyone thought, you know, they were going to do really, really well. But this season, I think for me, it's the home form. Yeah, really, the home form has been off. That's where they got, you know, so much credit last season was the home form. It just hasn't been there this season.
No, I mean, BC Place last year was really intimidating. They got a great home record. This year they won 4. That was the 4th away win, 4 road win. But they've only won 5 at home. So you see, you know, you'd look at that 4 away wins on the road and you go, it's okay, you know, it's not terrible, because it is difficult to win away. But then when you look at the form,
and don't get me wrong, I think they've only lost 4 at home, but that just shows how important the 3-point system is. So they're having it. They might just scrape into the playoffs,
but we don't think they'd have enough to win it, do we?
No chance.
But an excellent,
not a chance.
I see, for me, for them, they've lost Octo Riverio and you know, moved them on for different reasons, and they're missing a Kai Kamara type striker for me. But excellent win for Vancouver there on the road at Columbus Crew. You know, and like we say, Columbus have got their own problems, haven't they? But you know, we'll have to wait and see what happens with them. Philadelphia against Montreal Impact. Yeah, Philadelphia Union, a little bit up and down at the minute. They were fantastic. They had a little bit of a wobble, seemed to arrest it slightly, and I've just had a couple of bumpy results. This one, of course, they were winning. Barnetta with a good goal. Yeah. Give them the lead, deservedly so as well, I think, in the game. And both teams had opportunities, really. I think Philadelphia had good opportunities to kill to kill the game. But again, a late equaliser. It was Mancuso with a couple of minutes to go has tied it up for Montreal.
And it to be honest, it just keeps them both ticking over in the playoffs, doesn't it? I don't think either of them will be caught in the playoffs.
I mean, Montreal were beaten heavily at home by Orlando City on Wednesday. So, to come back from that result and give themselves, a point here isn't a bad result, because, like I said, Philadelphia Union been doing really, really well. But, you're looking at Montreal, they're 38 points, Ped. Surely that's enough for their playoffs.
I think so. We'll talk about New England in a minute, but you'd imagine that would just be enough. I think Philadelphia are pretty certain of the playoff now. Yeah. I think Montreal will just have enough. I think really there's only one place anyone's scrapping for in the East at the moment. But that looks like that could turn into a very good scrap. But I think these two will just about make it.
They'll just about make it. So 1-1 between Philadelphia Union and Montreal Impact. Moving on, this is a particularly exciting game. Anyone who's it's Chicago Fire against Toronto FC. Anyone who's been watching us for a while, and certainly watching the last few weeks, will know that there's a certain centre forward, DP for Toronto, who has had a massive upsurge in form since he backed them out.
I wonder why.
People are definitely sending MLS Show videos to Big Josie Altidore, because since you called him out, I think the fella scored every single week.
Maybe that's what he needed. Maybe that's what he needed.
He needed to be pedded.
He scored a couple for the United States in the week as well, in that good win. He looks fit. He looks healthy. And he's scoring the types of goals he probably should be scoring. They are typical Josie Altidore goals, and he's gone on a decent run. So fair play to him. Got no argument with him. Maybe he had been absolutely terrible for a good 18 months. So he has hit a bit of a roll. It's good timing because of Sabre being out, so they need this. I mean, but they got quite lucky in this game, didn't they? The second goal, which I suppose was the killer goal, what the goalkeeper was doing, was Sean Johnson, was it? What he was doing, just throwing, no pressure, throwing the ball straight out, to a Toronto player, and it's just been lovely lofted into the goal, and that makes it 2-0, and that just gives it a really...
He threw it to Altidore, didn't he? And he gave it to Osorio.
Yeah, and just nicely curled in, and that just gives Chicago an uphill task against now a team who were top of the East. And Chicago, fair play to them, they had the goal, they scored the goal, and they had a few chances late on, nearly snatched an equaliser, which they might have just deserved that equaliser, but you're going 2-0 down on your own mistakes. That's really bad. That's really, really bad. That just, you're thinking of you're playing a tough team in the first place. Everything's uphill and you start giving them goals. So,
I mean, Altidore he got 3 goals with the United States side in the 2 qualifiers. He obviously scored again. He scored a few for Toronto. He did suffer a hamstring injury early on the season. It has hampered him, but he's come back strongly. And Toronto need him. Let's be honest. If they're, we had that discussion about him, but they need him fit. And
of course they do. Of course they do.
Because he links up with Giovinco quite well. No, Giovinco is carrying.
But what I was saying when he was he was a DP and he wasn't being a DP, and he, now he started to look like a DP in MLS, and it's been a great week for Toronto because they've benefited from obviously the Red Bulls and obviously New York City both dropping points. Obviously we'll come on to that, and Philly Union dropping points, so they're now top of the East, and it'll be really, they've got the momentum. I keep on mentioning that word momentum, but they've got the momentum now. They've been winning games. They've got a fantastic home record. They've got a decent away record.
Well, it's the away record in terms of victories, mate, is up there with New York City. It's the best. They've won 6 games on the road. They've only won 7 at home. So that shows you how well they have done early on the road. But you're right, the top of the Eastern Conference now, the momentum is going. I tipped these at the start of the season for MLS Cup, which is looking like it might be a bit of a shout.
Well, yeah, they've got a shout now. They've got a chance.
If Altidore can keep himself fit going into this, Giovinco can get over this little bit of an injury he's got at the minute. Who knows? Because they are a strong side. Chicago Fire have had a mini resurgence. Had some good results. Won at Montreal, didn't he? And followed it up with a win. And obviously, this is a bit disappointing to get beat at home. But Toronto are an excellent side for Parnovich. it's all about, I suppose, we said this last season, but it is, he's made strides this year, but it will be planning for next season.
Well,
He's got to do something.
mathematically, they're not out of the playoffs yet. I mean, they're not going to make it, but
No.
mathematically they're not out of them. And that should be a source of confidence. And if they can take that into next season, then
they need a little bit of a rethink, though, don't they?
They need a bit of a boost. They need a bit of a boost, don't they, in players?
Definitely. But no, it was a really, really good win again on the road for Toronto FC.
Yeah.
Take them top. This one, I was surprised by this one. This is New England Revolution 3, New York City 1. The Revs have been... We spoke how important Kai Kamara was to Columbus Crew. He's missed the last 2 Rev games.
Yeah.
Or hasn't been in the starting lineup, and they've won the both of them.
Well, what does that say?
And I think Kamara's fantastic, but he's been average when he needed to be better than average. This one, of course, we've seen Agudelo. He put them ahead. New York City, who have been really strong at the back.
Yeah.
You know what? After that 7-0 drubbing earlier in the season to Red Bulls, they really tightened up. But you've seen the games, they were all over the place.
Yeah, they were. It was like going back to the old problems of last season. They were standing off players, they weren't closing down.
Yeah.
The first goal especially, I mean, they're like, gets the ball, and he just gets time to just pick a spot. The second goal by Lee Wynn I thought was fantastic. The lovely little dummy, and then Lee Wynn just steps inside, picks a spot. It was a lovely goal. But from a defensive point of view, that's pretty poor as well. Just by the amount of players New York have got in their own box, and they're not picking up anyone.
No.
And that's really disappointing.
That lovely little build-up play by Revolution, that's what we used to see.
But is that you look at that and you think to yourself, you're talking about the style. Has Kai Kamara changed the style of New England to the detriment of them? And maybe with him not in the team, we found that because they were a nice little passing side last season, and Lee Wynn, and, they were getting moving the ball really nicely, and he was the focal point of everything. And I think they've changed it, and it hasn't worked. And going back to go back to Kai Kamara, I don't think that move's done any good for anyone, to be honest. I think New England rushed in on a play. They seemed to scored a lot of goals, but didn't realise that you have to change the way you play, and it just hasn't suited them. But Frank Lampard gets his goal. Nice again, right time, right place, isn't he? Frank as always. But New England has scored another one and killed it off.
That goal, the third goal for Gundes, right down the middle. For me, Saunders has got to be doing better now. Straight down the middle. Yeah,
we've talked about him before. I mean, but can we just mention the pitch?
Yeah.
This is why you all need your own stadiums. Now, we all know that it's easier for some than it is for others, and if some have got facilities that they can use, but that pitch, no, come on.
Can't they, them lines that they've got for the American football, can't they just use that disappearing spray that the referees use or something like that, because it's just, it's so difficult.
For me, it makes a mockery of Seattle do it as well, and maybe it works with Seattle because it's a big stadium and they can fill it. But it makes a mockery for me for that pitch, because it's just like, respect the sport, respect the team. You want to like them, one of the proper original franchises. Why haven't you got your own stadium by now? Do you know what I mean? Everyone's getting their own stadiums. There's very few left now. I mean, Seattle, as I say, they're a bit different because they need a big stadium, and it would probably seem silly to have 2 like that, but that was ridiculous. There was just lines everywhere.
I should imagine defensively it makes a mockery. You're trying to, because obviously we know defenders will use lines or goalkeepers' angles and stuff. But I'm not excusing New York City.
No, they were just had a day off, didn't they?
Yeah, because I mean, let's be honest, they've been fantastic this season, and you're looking at them, they're the 3rd place, of course, in the Eastern Conference, 2 points away.
But it does show you, didn't it? Because they've been top, and then you drop some points, and the next minute you've got a couple of teams ahead of you, and that's how quick it can turn.
Revolution, they've hit them 6 points that they've taken the last couple of weeks has hoisted them right back into.
Well, it really does give Orlando and Montreal something to think about now, especially Orlando. They haven't had a very good weekend, have they? I mean, they had a good result in the week, which was lucky considering the way they played against LA. But Yeah, they're still with a fighting chance, and that's really good. You know, that's really, really positive that there's teams still fighting. I mean, they should be. That's why we have playoffs. That with this amount of games left, there's so many teams knocking around.
Let me just quickly touch before we move on. New England Revolution -14 goal difference.
We've seen teams win MLS Cup with minus losses than more losses than wins. So it happens. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? They're still way off, aren't they? Let's be honest.
God, way off. But another one that we talked about that as being a shock and a surprise for the weekend because New York City were going really well. This was an even bigger surprise for me. And I suppose it shouldn't have been because talking about FC Dallas and Colorado, it ended FC Dallas 0, Colorado Rapids 1. Colorado been brilliant, but this was Dallas's first home defeat of the season.
Dallas have been brilliant at home, and Colorado have been terrible away. so you would have thought this was a shoo-in for Dallas, but this is why we love the game. This is why we love it. You know, Colorado have gone there, have stole a win, got the 3 points. To be fair, Tim Howard didn't have that much to do though. He made a couple of basic saves. You know, it was interesting that Diaz was on the bench for Dallas and they had to bring him on once they'd scored. And yeah, they've gone there and done a really good job. Probably set up thinking we'll go there, try and get a point. Don't let Dallas get away from us too much. And they've stole a victory. And as I say, you know, Tim didn't have to make any big saves. Yeah. So that's probably the big frustration for Dallas.
I think it's what's impressed me about the Rapids this season has been their organisation. You know, they've got them so well organised, so well drilled that then saves that he's had to make, the basic ones, you know, are to do with how well organised they are. I mean, the goal by Dominic Badji, we need to speak about it. It was a cracker, good feet edge in the box, and he's lashed it back into the far corner. For the Rapids, you know, when you have a look now and see where they are and how well they've done this season, you know, FC Dallas of course are still top of the Western Conference, but the Rapids, you know, the third away victory, but like you say, Dallas's first home defeat. But
I mean, that's why they're pretty much comfortable at the top though. They've still got 4 points on Galaxy, they've still got 5 points on Rapids. I mean, that'd be the sad thing for Dallas, because if they'd won, they'd have really opened up a gap between, you know, Colorado Rapids and Real Salt Lake. Losing the games brought Rapids back into it. But they're still...
Rapids win their 2 games in hand, mate.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the gap that they would have had if took them away from them. But, you know, Dallas is still up there. Still got destiny in their own hands, really, for me. It's just whether they can do that. Because we see them this time last year and they were flying. Got into the playoffs and dropped off, but you know, they're doing things right. They've just signed another young player this week. They're doing things the right way, and long may it continue.
Definitely. I mean, Colorado Rapids have been they've been I don't think I'm out of order in saying, no, not out of order, but I don't think I'm overestimating it in saying that they've been a surprise team of the season for me, Colorado.
Yeah, they've
been the way
they've been the breakout team, and a lot of people laughed when sort of like Tim Howard was going there and a few other signings.
Jones
and people laughed, you know, but they've really galvanised themselves and organised, and they're like, they were in the position that I suppose the likes of Chicago Fire found themselves in last season. They were just nothing, they just couldn't get anything going, and nothing was changing for them. They didn't really have anyone up front. But what they've done this season is they've organised themselves and they've stopped goals, and they've nicked other games. They used the home advantage brilliantly, and they've just nicked loads of games, and that's where they've been really good at home. So they're doing well, flying at the moment.
Excellent. Moving on, San Jose against Seattle Sounders ended 1-1. Wando again, you know, scores, does what Wando does.
Tap in.
Jordan Stewart, ex-Watford, with the assist.
He was loving it, wasn't he?
Oh, God.
When he set that one up, he was absolutely loving it.
Delighted. He set Wando on his way. Nicholas Ladero, best player on the pitch again.
Yeah, and he one of those free kicks where the keeper thinks it's going to take a nick and isn't going to react to the last second. Before he knows it, it's already in the back of the net. But listen, you know, don't really want to harp on about this bit of a nothing game. You know, San Jose 33 points, Seattle 32 points, still with an outside chance of the playoffs, both teams. I mean, everyone is apart from Houston, but one of them needs to be winning that game.
I mean, just looking at that there, I mean, San Jose, their first point since August the 12th. you know, and they've had a goal throughout 216 minutes.
Wondolowski's been out, hasn't he?
He's not been, you know, he's not been fit, has he? But Ladero has been just quickly on him for Seattle. What a player. You know, they brought him in and he has hit the ground running. He's been fantastic.
They can build on him next season with Jordan Morris as well.
Much so. Obviously Clint Dempsey, there was some, not heard too much about it, but some worrying he had to have heart
he had to have heart test, didn't he? Yeah, so that's a bit worrying.
Really much
it's a bit strange that it coming sort of this far into his career.
I mean, it could obviously, there could be many reasons. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but not much more about that. But ending 1-1, and like you say, those two, where they are, you know, San Jose, Seattle, is the playoff spot too far away from them?
One of them would have
2 games.
One of them would have to go. One of them have to go on a series. I mean, they have got 2 games in hand, so that's a big thing. But they'd have to go on a run. That's the thing now. They'd have to go on a run and get that momentum going. They'd be picking the right time to do it if they did it. You know,
this is the one. Isn't it? This is the one. Moving on to a bizarre game, an absolutely bizarre game for me. New York Red Bulls 2, DC United 2. This game, obviously, we've seen fantastic tifo commemorating 9/11 before the game. It was brilliant, you know, brilliantly done by Red Bulls. This game as a football match was very, very, very one-sided.
Yeah.
For the Red Bulls.
It felt like a lot of Red Bulls games where I've seen this before with Red Bulls, where they almost sometimes the games are so comfortable that they switch off. And in other games like this, when it's been like New York, and after them and finished them off and kept going, and it's been like ha, we are evil geniuses and just gone and done them. But it was almost like in this game, it was like going through the motions. And I always think if a team drops off in a game and then suddenly has to step up, you find it very hard to step up. And you know, they've got the lead, it's very, very easy, and then late on in the game DC get a goal and it's just like, you know, it's a centre back scoring a scruffy goal. It should never have been able to score that goal. They had one chance blocked and he just stroked it into the corner. It was like there was no pressure on it. The goal, I thought the goalie was really flat-footed as well. I thought he was really, I know people probably think I'm being harsh, but I just thought the goalie was so easily beaten from like,
and he's a good goalie,
from 8 yards out. I was thinking, you know, and so far, and then you just think, and then it's like, oh God, you know what I mean? And then it's like, oh God, and I think New York had a chance down the other end.
Made a brilliant save.
And then it's like, oh,
panic
stations. There's a few minutes left, and you're looking for leaders there to just go, calm down, deal with it, get it away, and it just didn't happen. And they've got a soft goal.
I mean, they had New York Red Bulls, they've hit the post 3 times in the game. They've missed good chances. Bradley Wright Phillips could have had 4 or 5. And it is that thing where it's almost too easy. The game becomes too easy, and everyone, like you said, everyone's level drops. DC hung in there and hung in there. Birnbaum lashes one back in, like you say. Robles should have probably done better. And then Lamar Nagel at the back stick to just equalise. Another scruffy goal, a set piece comes in, bounces around, and he's on hand to get DC an unlikely point. But
poor and,
you know, frustrating.
But it's frustrating because they've seen New York lose, New York City lose. They know Philadelphia have dropped points, and they know Toronto. You know, you've got to go and win that game and think, you know, get a bit of distance in you and New York.
Well, they'd have won again, 46 points, same as Toronto. Right at the top there. You know, and you're looking at, like you say, a couple of points between New York and City then themselves, 5 ahead of Philadelphia Union. So you're starting to get the little mini break then.
And the record at home's so good that you just think maybe that's half the problem, is just that no one's pushed them enough at home, and maybe 2-0 up they were cruising, they just need to kill the game off, but it was too easy for them and they've suffered in the end. And DC have given themselves, again, as I say, they've given themselves a chance there. They've got 33, Orlando got 34. You know, they've played the same amount of games as well, so that's they've still got a chance there. There's a big going to be a big final for that playoff spot.
Them 3, very, very interesting, of course. And then the last game of the weekend saw my boys go to LA Galaxy. There was obviously a lot of hype around this game for a certain return of the prodigal son. Whether we're going to do a little bit about that away from this in the mix zone, but just very quickly, good to see him back.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's all I'm going to say.
Alright, that's all we need to say.
What's the mix zone? No more, we're not saying anymore.
Orlando went there on the back of a tremendous win, of course, at Montreal Impact 4-1 the other night, which was a bit of a surprise. And this game started off, Galaxy I think were the better side, the opening 20 minutes, but there was enough going forward from Orlando to carry a threat, and he got themselves ahead. A lovely little ball by Kaka to Luke Bowden, pulls it back, Kyle Larin has a shot blocked, and Molino's on to lash it in. And then they almost go 2-0 up. Yeah. Kaka slides it through, Molino finishes it, makes it 2-0. But if he'd have played it to Perez Garcia, who was on the right, he was onside, he'd have been in for a sweaty goal. Damn you! But Orlando do what Orlando do very well.
Don't do very well.
Well. You know, the goalkeeper...
This Galaxy, is like New York City, he was like going back.
It's exactly, I want to touch on that in a minute. It's this start with the keeper, he rolls it out to Jella Van Dam. He takes it on the edge of his box, he looks up, plays around the corner. Now, Kevin Alston, for me, is the right back, is nowhere near the play. Carrasco has to come across, doesn't get close. Ball gets played into the box, and Dos Santos rather, sweeps it in. Someone said there was an offside in the build-up to it. I don't know. Dos Santos sweeps it in. 1-1. Yeah. And then they concede again a couple of minutes later, Alan Gordon from close range. And then, within a few minutes, you're 2-1 down. Haven't been... They kind of rode the little bit of the wave.
You're away, aren't you? You just... And then they get a soft penalty, which was never a penalty because it wasn't even in the area.
What's going on, referees? Really?
It wasn't even in the area.
What is going on? Time and time again.
It wasn't even in the area.
I mean, I'm saying this from an Orlando fan point of view, but I'm also saying this from someone who just watches MLS. Orlando are on the end of some of these bad decisions.
It's 2-1. And it's
terrible.
The killer goal makes it 3-1, and that's it. And it's not a penalty. Alan Gordon just throws himself over. I mean,
it was a foul.
Number one, he shouldn't even be there. He should be surfing somewhere for a start. But he just scored his 50th goal, so congratulations to him. It's never a penalty though. It's a foul. It's a free kick. It's not a penalty.
When you give a penalty, you've got to be 100% certain.
Just because he falls in the box doesn't mean it's a penalty. It was clearly outside.
Asia, isn't it? Who puts the it was a lazy tackle by them.
Oh, was he? But they had a bit of argy-bargy, I think.
It was lazy. But see, for me, this is why the technology has to come in, because we'd seen a replay within 3, 4, 5 seconds of that.
Well, it's a foul, isn't it?
It was a foul.
So the game stopped.
So what's wrong with the fourth official going?
What was that? Was that in the box?
No, outside.
I was outside, yeah. Sound.
It's done, isn't it? No argument. No one can complain, and we move on.
The linesman can't see that.
No,
he can't see that because it's across the other side of the body.
The other side, yeah.
So
obviously Dos Santos steps up and slots the penalty in beautifully. Like you say, that's 3-1, and it was a long way back. It was a long way back at 2-1 because the Galaxy had really gone after them. Yeah. But we had a couple of chances. Then they get the fourth goal, which is a sweaty goal.
No, it wasn't. It was a good goal, and the Sanchez lovely little touch, and
the pass through was majestic.
Do you know what? I was watching that, and I was thinking, and it was funny because I've seen this stat, and I actually thought to myself, when Dos Santos play, I know it doesn't quite make sense because of what happened. When Dos Santos plays without Keane in the team, he's so much of a better player, isn't he? Because they effectively play in the same position, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
The stat here, Dos Santos, without Keane, 13 goals, 4 assists in 14 games. With Keane, 1 goal, 6 assists in 11 games. That's massive. Yeah, that is absolutely massive. Now, I suppose
it's great for Galaxy because they're not going to rely on Robbie Keane.
What's great is that there's an overlap. Yeah. There's an overlap there. Yeah. Keane seems to be getting slower and slower and getting sort of less goals. So you can park him for some games on the bench, and definitely. You can. And it's Dos Santos is young, and you can use Dos Santos, but
the style doesn't have to switch then.
No. But what it shows is that Dos Santos they play in the same position, so obviously they fill in the same space. So that was quite noticeable. So as you just said, that's really good for the future. Keep Dos Santos. If Keane drops out, obviously not this season. I think he's looking. They're actually looking to tie him down for another couple of years, aren't they? But that's
I think he will still get goals.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, because you wouldn't have to use him in every game.
No,
Robbie Keane could actually just be one of those players you use at home. Do you know what I mean? Or say they're travelling for some games and say, listen, Whether that would be on a DP contact, I'm not so sure, because then you start asking questions, don't you?
Yeah.
But, you know, I think that's really...
It was... Yeah, I mean, the pass through by Leeds, it was absolutely fantastic. And then obviously Dos Santos draws Bendick, slips it down the corner and Keane puts it in. 4-1, Breck Shea come on, hit the post, it had another one.
Played really well when he came on,
He did, he's been, when he plays higher up the pitch under Christ on that, he plays now on the right hand side, so cutting in.
How old is he, Breck Shea?
I think he's 27.
Does he need to start having a serious look at himself and his career? Because
definitely
he was young, and everyone was saying, I remember a few people saying to me, oh, he's this, you know, and then he was coming out to the Premier League with Stoke, and a few people were like, oh, it's going to be great. I was like, he's not going to be great. I guarantee Breck Shea will not be great for Stoke, and he wasn't great for Stoke. And he's come back for Orlando, and he's ended up playing like left back underage in Eve, and we know he's not really a left back. And he just some games you watch him and you just go, you could be brilliant. Certainly in MLS, you could be a top player and, you know, be a starter for United States and all the rest of it. But he needs to have
26.
26. He needs to have a good look at himself and say, what does he want out of his kid? Because I know, like, you know, I remember when you went over to Orlando, there's a picture with him and he's in like stupid shorts and bandana, and I know it's all a laugh and that's his style, but just thinks he's start acting professional, start being what you want to be.
He's a great athlete. He can run up and down that line. No, what I'm saying to you, right?
We can all run up and down all day.
He's a great athlete. He's got good physique. His left foot's decent. No, but this is all playing into what you're saying. He's got to, at some stage, he's got to channel it into something that means something.
He came on, and in the 10-15 minutes he was on, you know, he made scored, made the keeper make a great save, he had another shot, he changed it up, he gave Galaxy something to think about, and you're thinking, why can't he be like that all the time? And the only reason he can't be like that is because of him, because of his inconsistencies and him not, do you know when you see these players and they're all dead boring, and like, you know, and then you see all these like party boy footballers, and then you look and go, which one had a boss career? Very few of the party boy ones have good careers. You know, you look at people that are supposed to be these like kind of players, they just, like, you take a couple you look at someone like Zlatan and you look at someone like Balotelli in Europe, right, and you say to yourself, well, what's Zlatan done in his career? Well, he's got this reputation, but actually has he got a reputation? He's got a reputation for what he does on the pitch, but he hasn't got a reputation for what he does off the pitch. Maybe when he's a little bit younger he might have, but he's toned that down and he's won everything because of it. You look at someone like Balotelli, he's playing for Nice, okay, he scored a couple of goals for Nice, but he's playing for Nice in the French league, right, and everyone used to court this lad, want them because he was this big thing, because he's a total tool off the pitch. Now I'm not saying Breck Shea is like that, I'm not saying that at all, but he's got to make himself, he's got to just say, he's 26 and he needs to just say, right, it's time I just start putting everything into football and just forget about everything else and be professional, because he's a player. There's one hell of a player in there, and he's wasting his career, he's coasting through his career, literally like the turtle in Finding Nemo on the stream. He is just going through the Pacific stream. There you go. That's him. Go, dude. There you go.
It all absolutely brilliant. Just very quickly on Orlando, because obviously the same problems. You know, great in the final third. Loads of attacking options. Defensively horrendous. I had a little.
That's MLS for you.
No, but they're even worse. And I kind of had this with Jason Christ last season at New York City. He were decent going forward. He never ever solved the problem. Let me just ask you the question: was there any point in sacking Adrian Heath? Because it feels to me like nothing's really changed at all. It's just the same old.
Mate, listen, we've had this discussion before, and they've had you know, they go to Montreal and win 4-1, they go to Galaxy and get beat 4-1, and I don't really 4-2, and I don't see like sort of miles difference in quality. You know, Galaxy, decent side, good at home, but as you've said, a lot of those, you know, some of those goals are just self-inflicted. And until they get that sorted, I think that this is the difference in New York City. New York City looked at what they had and went, you know what, those forward players can do it on their own. They don't even need anyone to coach them. They're that good. And Orlando have got a bit of that with you know, Kaká's in his 30s now. He, if you give him a bag of balls and all the forward players and said, do me a favour, take them over there, and just use a little bit of the experience and coach them and go through a few things, right? A little bit. I think he knows a little bit more than Jason Kidd. I'm sorry, but that's going to be the fact of it, isn't it? Now, Jason Kidd takes the defenders and goes, right, we're going to organise ourselves, and we're going to work. He'll get that sorted. I mean, Agent Eve, you could say, really should know more, should have done more with that, but that, again, but that's what New York feel like they've done. Patrick Vieira's just gone in there and drilled the forwards, and drilled the defence in the midfield, where he's just looked at the forwards and gone to Lampard and and just gone, lads, I know yous are really good, yous have won everything in the game, but my defence hasn't. I'm going to work on them and let you do what you want. And I think that's what Orlando needs to start doing.
I totally agree. I mean, I just think for a team that scores so many goals, they've got to. But like Red Bulls, they're just so well drilled. They don't concede many goals. Just a bit of a mad one, frustrating because when the likes of Kevin Molino, fantastic, had a great season. Kyle Larin scores, I think he scored 36 goals in 50 MLS games or something like that. So the goals are quite clearly there for them. Perez Garcia is an excellent player. Defensively, still horrendous, and they need to sort it out because they're never going to do anything. I know they're in the last playoff place at the moment in the in the Eastern Conference, but they're never going to do anything until they learn how to defend.
Yeah, they need to learn how to defend.
But anyway, that's the results for this week. Don't forget to check out the Mix Zone, when we'll be discussing the return of someone. See you soon.
Finished by Espinal, top bin. Absolutely sailing. And then the wheels fell off.
Well, it could have been more, couldn't it? And it looked as though Houston were, we're just going to get ground down. Because SKC lately have been absolutely fantastic at home.
The game was at the wrong time. Wrong time. Friday night. It's got to be Sunday afternoons. That's where the points come.
But they're made as much difference given that the local rivals and they're quite used to it.
That's when
that white kit.
That's when Sporting are at their best. Sunday afternoons, boiling hot weather,
95 plus.
Yeah. Although Houston probably would have been able to cope with the weather.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. Manotas got one back just before, on the half-hour mark, and then went in 2-1 up. Yeah. Came back out, then equalised with another scruffy goal again, before our very own Dom Dwyer
very own
lashed home from close range after he'd gone close.
Baby celebration.
Yeah, he was looking for. I think he wanted the ball, didn't he?
With the ball.
We're back. It's Monday. It's MLS. Baz.
It is.
Results show. Let's kick off, Ped. We'll do all the news in a different video. Not that much has happened in the last week that has caused any
something happening, isn't it? I mean, I can't really think of anything on the top of my head. But
no, but we'll find something to talk about, I'm quite sure. Let's begin with the first game of the weekend. Sporting Kansas City, your side.
Yes.
Hosting bottom place Houston Dynamo. We've had a little bit, since Owen Coyle moved on, had a little bit of an upturn. But still
bottom.
And
very bottom as well.
Very bottom. But, this game showed that since they have made the change, they have got that resilience.
Biggest rivalry this though, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is the rivalry.
This is the rivalry.
Yeah.
It all started well for Sporting Kansas City.
Yeah.
Peterson putting SKC ahead on 14 minutes, bundling in from close range, and then Espinosa,
but brilliant,
former Wigan,
brilliant, fantastic fit, bit of an upsurge, and that helps in this position. Plan for next season.
So it ended 3-3. It was some fantastic goals in that game.
Bad commentating, good game. Bad commentating. I can't have someone speaking English and saying goal for that long. Sorry, it doesn't work. It does not work. Sorry, it doesn't.
I'm not going to disagree with you. But it was, Anyway, it ended 3-3. It was a cracking game. That was the first of the weekend. We move on to Columbus Crew against Vancouver Whitecaps. Columbus Crew, I honestly don't know what's gone on this season. I don't know. They were so strong last season, of course. Got to MLS Cup final. Were beaten by Portland.
I know what
on that occasion. Well,
and we spoke about it last week.
Yeah, we did.
And I think if you want to know, go back and watch last week. They messed things up when they got rid of Kai Kamara. I've said this before. It's stupidity. It doesn't matter about
under the shirt. It was the longest time ever to get the ball to him. But and it looked as though they'd done enough, edging into injury time. You know,
but when you've been 2-0 up and then go 2-2 and then you score again with 10 minutes to go, you think, shut up shop. But you know, Baz has supporters of a certain team that, you know, we've watched this happen a few times. They couldn't quite do that, and a free kick effectively ended up being the last touch of the game. And how unlucky is that? The keeper makes a save. Now, I don't think it's a strong enough save in the first place. I think because I think it was the header. I don't even know it was a header. It might have been him on the back.
It's like edge of the box though.
But he turned his back, and I don't know if it's hit him on the head or on the back, and it's hit the back. And I don't even know how he's being credited with this goal, because it's not his goal. It's not. The keeper makes a save, tips it onto the bar, then hits him on the back. It's an own goal by the goalkeeper. Shouldn't even be given any credit to the Houston player. It's an own goal.
Rodriguez it was.
It was an own goal.
Garcia.
Sort it out, MLS. It's an own goal. That is not his goal, and he should not be taking credit for that, because that is not his goal.
The keeper, I'm quite sure the goalie doesn't want to claim it.
I know, but he got 2 touches on it.
Obviously that tied it up at 3-3 on the night. You know, the Sporting Kansas City, they are just tucked nicely in there, 39 points from their 20.
But we were saying this, it's momentum, isn't it? And I don't know if they've got the momentum going with them.
They built it though, hadn't they? They had built that momentum.
I know, but it's momentum going into the playoffs. I mean, you know,
well, there's five. I mean, five.
In fifth position now. In fifth position, and they should just about hold on to the playoff position. But it's who they play. Look at the teams ahead of them.
I mean, that's the problem, isn't it? Who you're going to get in the draw. But essentially, they're in 39. It's the 5 ahead, Vancouver Whitecaps, for that position. Houston Dynamo down there, 26 points. Looking as though it's going to be difficult for them to get off the bottom of the table.
But like you said, they are having a